Y'all ready for this? You probably heard the rest. Now it's time for the, you know what it is. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all looking at the $200 million man, Charlemagne. And why is Charlemagne 200 mil? We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Oh yeah, Eric, we gonna do that also. We're going to do that also. Make sure y'all all are signed up to my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. You see, that's like this deal here and everything involved is crazy times 1,000. Because I told y'all, when they did this was a bad deal. This was a bad deal. And I all thought, oh, you hating on them. So you hating because Charlemagne got $200 million. $200 million. That's what it looks like. See, this is what I talk about with large numbers. I explained to you what the situation was. They took the Black Effect podcast show and took it over to Netflix. So all of those shows that iHeart really owns, I told you, Charlemagne owns it in name. This is just like, what's that the show on the internet, Gil's Arena and Underdog Fantasy. Who you think owned that show? Gilbert Arenas or Underdog Fantasy? It got Gil's name on it. Man, that's Underdog Fantasy show. We know that because why? They took Gil's name right off of it as soon as he got in trouble. Now, yes, I will be covering the Pistons game. I'm watching it set up now. I just already had this scheduled. I had got my times messed up. So we had to go live now. But I'll be doing both. Don't worry about it. Now, here's the news. That $200 million, oh my God, deal. Well, let's see what it was actually about. Like, who all got looped into this? Right? Who all was the people that got roped up? Because it wasn't just them. They had white people looped up into this too. They had, what's her name? Chelsea Handler. They had, that's another show that was on there. But it wasn't just black people shows. And they messed up Joe and Jada. Joe and Jada they ain't even been a podcast show for a year and got roped into this deal. But that's why you're here. We're going to show you and basically tell you why this is happening. Now, when they signed this deal, it's like they looked at the money and they had no choice. iHeartRadio owns 49% of the Black Effect. And they say Charlemagne owns 51%. So he's the boss. It's his company. But they have all control, all say, everything in the language. So when they said, Charlemagne, we're going to give you all this money and we moving to Netflix, it's going to make him look like a big boss man. But in reality, he's a minnow. He's about this big in the real world of things. Hit the like button too, good people. Now, a lot of things are going to be thrown around. A lot of words are going to be thrown around. Languages that people don't understand, but some people can. What you signing away is very crucial. Now, YouTube and Netflix are completely different. Can we agree to that? There is a major difference between YouTube and Netflix. YouTube has way more millions of followers than Netflix. You don't have to pay for YouTube. It's free. Anybody, people I know don't even sign in to YouTube. Go on YouTube and watch stuff. They're not even signed in. Joe and Jada ain't been a podcast show for 9 months, and they already roped into a bad deal with this Netflix thing. No, but think about it, people. It's common sense. When you listen to YouTube, when you listen to me, what y'all doing? What are y'all in the process of doing? Do y'all sit down on the couch, get relaxed, get comfortable, and listen to Carcino? No. You know what y'all doing? Y'all walking around the house. Y'all chilling. Y'all probably got something else on the screen. Y'all got the thing down. Y'all smoking. Y'all chilling. Y'all drinking. Y'all might be out, got your earbuds on. It was like y'all might be driving to work. All of these things. I don't know anybody say I'm finna sit down, chill out, and just watch Carcino. It don't happen that way. Now, I'm going to break this down even more. He said it depends. The deal is Netflix got all control of your IP address, intellectual properties. They now own how the Breakfast Club is going to be distributed. Chelsea Handler, Dear Chelsea, whatever that show is, that show right there, it don't have a home. Like, it's not a radio show. Like, there's no radio station playing it. You got to go stream that. All of these shows, My Favorite Murderer or something like that, or all of these are like podcast listening shows that you'll find on Spotify or something. They're not radio shows. The Breakfast Club, their whole business is the morning wake-up show. So you know when people in New York listening to the Breakfast Club, they're getting ready for work in the morning. They're getting up in the morning. The Breakfast Club is on. They're listening to the show on their way to work. That's where their core audience is. So now you've removed all of that because their YouTube was connected to everything. People will watch it on YouTube in the morning and let it run. While they getting dressed, they in the shower, whatever. That's how they would listen to the show. You've destroyed that foundation. So if you destroy the foundation of how they're listening to the show, you have already made the worst mistake ever. They can control how your product is distributed. Whether it's beneficial to you or not, they don't care. Why would they care? It's not their business. They're not into caring about the Breakfast Club business. You're the only show that's a real radio show. You're going to be hurt the worst. Now, Netflix tells you you can't show any real materials, only certain clips for how many minutes, and all of them got to film like mini commercials within that. That's the only thing that could be promoted on YouTube. And you want to compete with YouTube in the podcasting space when you don't have a formula for it, you don't have a direction for it, and many people are going to say, if I got to pay for it, I'm not going to watch it. That's the thing. If these people are not as important as you think, they're not going to pay for it if they got to watch it. Like if you want them to watch it, they're not going to watch that. They're not going to pay to watch The Breakfast Club. Who would do that? Would you pay to watch Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Just Hilarious? Really? Who would want to pay to see that? Now, here's where it's going to get even more interesting. We're going to get behind why this happened. Charlemagne faces out there like he's the genius. He put it all together. They was giving him all this credit. I'm laughing my ass off because it's not even close to being true. It's not even close to being true. Now, let's get to the gist of it. Because I like everything to be fresh. People on Netflix who got Netflix subscriptions. There's millions of things on Netflix to watch, and they don't really click on The Breakfast Club. But this isn't just The Breakfast Club. They're just the biggest one on there. All these other small shows are suffering because they were making their bones on YouTube. Rory and Mal, all of these people, they're going to suffer over there on this deal. Now, they never had a radio show, so it won't affect them as much as it's going to hurt The Breakfast Club. And they're like, we're losing our fans. Of course, because you're going to get replaced. The people that used to listen to you on YouTube, you see their views then dropped. Where they used to have 30,000, 100,000, 60,000, they down to 3,000. How you drop down to 3,000? How did you get that low? How did The Breakfast Club get down all of a sudden to 3,000 views? You know what happened? The money machine stopped putting their money in there to promote The Breakfast Club on YouTube. So now they know their real numbers pop up. You see what happened when the money gets pulled? Because now it's about Netflix. And Netflix controlling everything. Do you know they can't even have social media pages? Your social media page cannot promote The Breakfast Club. Netflix won't allow it. You can't promote anything. You could do something original on there, but they want everything to be under The Breakfast Club. So they control your social media. They have all of it. You would have to do something else original. So now they're pissed off because they're in a bad deal. It's horrible for them. But I told them that in the beginning, and I'm not even looking at the paperwork. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not even looking at the paperwork, and I know it's a bad idea. Because I'm like, whoa, that don't make any sense. Why would you go from a free platform to freely promote your stuff to a pay site as if people would pay to see you? That's crazy. People pay for you because you're convenient, not because they want to see you. It's free. You don't do anything that's making people want to pay money to see you. It's very interesting. Let's take a look.
All the fans that we built up over time, or that they built up, I just got here, that they built up over time on YouTube, oh my God, they feel neglected because Netflix was like, nope, we want all of it. Y'all can't have no other social media presence, none. So now we got to find other content to do that can go on our other platforms. But it's okay because Just Hilarious got that in a bag, shorty. So make sure y'all tune into Justice Thoughts. I started doing a segment where I do like a reaction videos to the interviews, like thoughts, shit that I be sitting there thinking in my mind in real time with the interviews. But it's some of the funniest content ever. So go ahead.
Hold on.
So, a lot of people are surprised by this. Not surprised. I expected it. I just didn't expect them to feel the hurt right away. Now, why? We said we were going to get to the why. Why? Let's get to the why. This is why iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio. iHeartMedia. See, what they're not telling you is that they're losing tons of money. A lot of these shows and investments haven't been working out. They trying to negotiate deals with every streaming company in the world. So they said, look, ad revenue money is not coming in the way it used to. These radio shows and these high salaries we're paying is overwhelming. We need somebody to come in and take some of these costs. So what y'all thought it was Charlemagne's idea, no, it's the people that really are the bosses. Their name isn't on anything if they fail. So the black effect is really iHeartMedia, and iHeartRadio still own it, not Charlemagne. He's just the black token face. They gave him 51% to make him feel like he owns something. No, if shit goes wrong, it'd be Charlemagne's fault. You see what I'm saying? But they, in the paperwork, iHeart make all the moves. They do all the work. They make all the decisions. They just tell you, go get us some shows, boy. And he go out there hustling to get all the blacks. Come on, it's the black effect. So he get all the black podcast shows together. And he just screwed them. Now, What does this mean? So they ran to Netflix to cut a deal. Now, why would they run to Netflix to cut a deal, people? Why would they do that? Because they knew, like I know, they needed somebody to cut the costs. And Netflix was, yeah, we want part of this, but this is what we want. Yeah, I'm not liking the start of this game. It's pissing me off. Well, Beef Stew was rusty the other night, so might take him some games to get back into his rhythm. Yeah, so now all of a sudden they want you to pay for everything, right? Now you got to pay because Netflix, everybody's like, okay, well, that's cool, but what about Netflix? It's like, what about Netflix? Look. The bag ain't really worth it because the bag is going to be short-lived. You're not going to be on there long. The deal will be ended. You're not going to make those benchmarks, so you'll never get to those numbers. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Breakfast Club viewership is going to be down because they're not getting to those benchmarks. Ooh, that's goaltending. Come on, man. Come on. Dirty ass San Antonio. Stay right there, Ron. That's what I'm talking about. That's a goaltending on Wemby. Clearly a goaltending on Wemby. And they don't even want to call it because they trying to promote this bum. We're going to kick their ass tonight. Now, let's get into this. There, YouTube first. Well, Charlemagne came up with an idea to try to save it because their numbers are down and they lost their audience. Their audience are not transitioning over to Netflix. That's what I told you. YouTube is free. People have a listening, moving around experience when listening to YouTube. People moving around, they're doing things. No one has a concern. They can go around their house. When you watch Netflix, what do you do when you watch Netflix? You sit down. You probably got some food or whatever, and you're watching something. Probably got your girl or whatever, or your kids, whatever there. It's a sit-down experience. Taking time out of your day to process something. Now, what ended up happening is even stranger. Stranger than Stranger Things. More stranger than Stranger Things. Because Charlemagne came up with an idea like, man, let us be able to promote this thing right. Let us at least allow us to put this on YouTube. Why would I would never sign a deal that's that counterproductive to what we're doing. And that's what I'm talking about. Counterproductive. So they're not in the same market of doing the things together that everybody assume is beneficial. So if you're not doing something beneficial, then it's not going to matter in the end. Because at the end of the day, you're the one on the hook. They're not on the hook. And they all looking at Charlemagne like, you brought us into this. And I told you, that's how it was going to look. They going to look to blame Charlemagne. Dump it all on the black man lap. Because all they saw was that 200 million. Oh, they getting 200 million. They getting 200 million. Oh, they getting 200 million. Meanwhile, iHeartRadio, who wanted to do this because they felt and pay for everybody, we got to do this. And this radio is dead. Radio is dying. And all of this is happening. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, when they see these developments taking place, what do they do in reaction? So now they got Charlemagne and everybody on the Breakfast Club in the middle of the YouTube videos. The only reason the only way they can have those videos is they have to show pretty much a commercial within the clips on the Breakfast Club. Oh, shit. So Netflix is telling them how to promote their stuff. And now Charlemagne believes YouTube is suppressing their views. They're not. It's just that the money that was used to promote your stuff is not being promoted because you're promoting another site. So now you signed a bad deal to go against the biggest market in the world. Let's see this.
There was a bunch of people on here, but then they turned it off. How long did we used to go on Twitch before?
From 8 to 9:15.
So like an hour and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So now y'all get an hour and y'all it's complaining. Yeah, that's right. Yes, somebody said we blaming Netflix for everything. So what? Y'all, yes, I understand. We want justice, you chocolate turtle looking.
Damn. I know that's right.
But the reality is, thank you, Trey No Song. He said I be tuned in on Netflix. I mean, tens of millions of people are tuned in on Netflix.
Okay, so that's a big point he just made.
Tens of millions of people watch Netflix. They're not, that doesn't mean they're watching the Breakfast Club. Oh, come on now. Yeah, chump. We going right at you. Uh-huh. Yeah, Dylan Harper, Ron going straight up for it. Get some. Right, exactly. They're not on Netflix to watch podcast shows.
Like I told y'all last video,
So to hear him take this route is pretty interesting, right? And he mad because they're saying, like, you blaming Netflix for all of it. It's your fault. Meaning that it's your team fault. It's iHeartRadio's fault. They should be there. That's their fault. They put y'all in this pretty much bad predicament. Y'all in a no-win situation with them. because they don't know what they're doing. These execs do not have a clue as to what it is that they're doing. These executives are blind to the format of what YouTube is and what these guys are doing here. Okay, they're getting off on a run. No, we're going to slow this game down. It's 30-19 right now.
Gold. It's only a matter of time.
Who on here? Who from the chat watches Breakfast Club on Netflix? I'm telling you, there's a lot of them.
They said you going viral right now because you said
what?
You said Netflix sucks or some shit like that.
No, I didn't. I said we have to find other exclusive content.
You said Netflix sucks?
Outside. No, I did not. Stop. I'm trying to get my special. I would never say that.
Somebody said Breakfast Club is not a movie, bro. Netflix is for long form. What do you think Breakfast Club is? Like when you go on,
we gotta find other content.
when you go on Breakfast Club, it's an hour plus per show. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not about to sit here and keep talking to y'all about. You know what? I don't know. We will. We can talk about Netflix every morning. I don't give. Like, I don't care. We can talk about Netflix every morning. Make sure you go to Netflix and watch Breakfast Club on Netflix. We can talk about Netflix every goddamn morning. I don't care. Twitch is fun with the interaction. The best critique that I will take about the Netflix situation is the fact that YouTube does have engagement. But the reality is there's other ways to be engaged. We engage right now on Twitch. You can be on social media. I don't talk to y'all nowhere except for here.
That's that.
It's the truth. I don't talk to y'all about none of this shit. I talk to y'all here on Twitch. I don't talk to y'all nowhere else.
Exactly. Look, she didn't say that. Twitter people just misinterpreting what Jess said. They think she said y'all lost viewers. And I never said that.
Well, that's why Jess got to stop talking.
No,
y'all don't notice when Jess talks something bad happens?
Yo. And when I don't talk, I don't need the job. That shit is crazy. Lying. Nuh-uh.
But once again, I don't know what to tell y'all. There's tens of millions of people watching on Netflix. Netflix is... all my issues with Netflix get discussed with Netflix.
What did I say to y'all? I said he probably go up there every day, but I know he goes up there, he calls every time it's a problem. I also told y'all that. That's crazy. They're just trying to throw me under the bus.
Well,
she's talking to people in the chat. Like, that's crazy. Y'all just trying to throw me under the bus. They don't know you. Like, bitch, these people don't know you. They're in the chat. What was wrong with her? She is always getting caught up to what somebody is saying on social media. They don't know you. Yep. I'm not bothering her. I'm just saying that's part of her problem. She keeps making that awful decision to pin her emotions on what somebody's saying in chat. These people don't know you. That's why I'm like, what? Why are you? This person ain't affecting your job. They ain't gonna say, well, John 643X2 said that you said F Netflix, so we're gonna rethink about what's going on here. Right. It's like, are you serious? And then she'll be getting mad at people on the show. If it's a collective 50 people say the same thing, she really gonna be bothered. So Charlemagne going up there every day to talk to Netflix. I'm going up there to talk to Netflix. I'm sorry, brother, but they not listening to your black ass. You ain't going to Netflix telling them nothing because you would have never done such a stupid deal. We got tens of millions of followers on Netflix. Then why is there a problem then? If you got 10 million people watching you, why is there a problem? There is no problem if there's 10 million viewers. Nowhere on the planet. Hell no. He would go up there to suck Netflix off. Probably. I mean, hell, he would do it for free. The whole nature of the business, the whole nature of the game is designed for 1 to 2 to maybe 3 in consumptions of shows. Once you dump a whole bunch of shows and say, we're going to start a podcast, people are not happy with their deals. This might be good for somebody like maybe Joe and Jada can exist, but they just started to get momentum. Now this gonna stalemate them. They got to give up IP address control. That's all the shows. Netflix has control over all their shows. And I'm like, how is this okay? How is that okay? I don't see that as okay. They controlling your IP address? And I'm like, free is the best way to go. Mm-hmm. 100%. Now, let's take a look at the obvious. Because there's an obvious here. Because the Breakfast Club wants to have zero accountability to anything that's going on. They just want to blame. And if it wasn't so important, because they've lost the engagement with the people, they've lost all of the effect that made the show quality.
That Warner Brothers, and then came and said, I'm gonna buy your shit.
Right. Warner Brothers, anybody come and buy your thing, they're going to want to run it the way they want to run it. Man, fuck this game. Yeah. It's their fault. It's not just the Breakfast Club. It's all of it involved. It just hurts the Breakfast Club more because they're the bigger show. But Joe and Jada, they had momentum. Joe and Jada had all this momentum going on. Do you want to know what happened to Joe and Jada? It was very simple what happened to them. Joe and Jada ran into a major problem, And the major problem was consumption. Everybody in there had a problem with the structure and how the whole deal was being operated. Now, Cam and Mace, I listen to more. Exactly. But YouTube is free. You're not going to beat free. Because people think the money is in the, right, you paying for it. But let me show you the media distributor gauge. This is going up until October of 2025. But take a look at that. Look at the distributor gauge. I'm going to take myself down for a minute so you can see everything that's on there. Now, on this distributor gauge, you got AMC Networks, which is way at the bottom. Netflix is like fifth. They got A&E, Hallmark, Welchel, Scribs, the Roku channel, Amazon, what's that? National Works. They're at 5.6. And here come the big boys. Netflix with the 8. Paramount is above them at 8.2. So Paramount is whooping your ass. Fox, 8.4. NBC Universal is at 8.6. The Disney is at an 11.4. And YouTube is at 12.9. So for the media distributor gauge, that's the ball game. That is ball game. Cut and dried. That's the game, folks. So, Charlemagne ranting and raving about Netflix.
Yeah, I feel like he's just trying to make niggas mad. Like, yeah, clown.
Why don't y'all scream as much on Twitch anymore? I don't know. That has nothing to do with nothing. I don't know why they don't be turning it on. It's funny because we can't even see Netflix numbers. Exactly. Meanwhile,
why do people care about numbers?
Shit.
But why do the listeners care about numbers? If an interview is good, the interview is good.
Come on.
It's 300 million. Netflix got 300 million paid subscribers. So that means it's people every day going to Netflix searching for something to watch because they actually pay for it. Okay? I think they get like 750 million global views a day or some shit like that. Like
a day? Damn.
It's an audience, you guys. And it's all around the world, all times of the day. Exactly. And you know, when we start going live, that's when it's gonna be even better. Somebody said I was only beefing because I thought Netflix was against y'all screaming. If that's not it, tell Eli get on his shit. No, that's on us. All we got to do is turn the screen on. They don't be turning the screen on. That's it. I got Netflix, but not trying to watch y'all in the evening. Now, that's a fair critique. That's a fair critique. Netflix does post our stuff a little too late. A lot too late.
2 Chainz is up.
Well, 2 Chainz is up. All the interviews will always be up early because we taped the interviews the day before. So being that we taped the interviews the day before, Netflix gets them a day before, but they're working on faster turnaround for the actual show. And I have faith that will be fixed this week.
See, what I tell you? What I tell you? What I tell you? I got faith that they gonna fix that this week. The fans are telling them exactly why they're not going to watch them on Netflix. Dude's like, look, I like y'all, but I don't like watching y'all at night. I don't want to watch my morning wake-up show at night. See, Netflix controls what time they post it. Imagine if I made a video and I'm ready to post it now, and YouTube said, no, we're going to post it on Tuesday. I'll be the game. I'm talking about the game right now. Why would you post it next week, Tuesday? That's when we got space for you. They control everything. So if you're looking at that in comparison, then you're saying to yourself, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. I understand this process. I understand the direction. I understand where we're going. He's like, I'm not looking through that list to find a new episode. Exactly. And then you can't find it. So they're saying live will be different. When they start going live, then it'll be different on Netflix. It would, because they'll be featured. Because once you feature something, then it's a whole different response to what's going on. There you go. We needed that 3. Way to go, Green. They're 38-29. Damn, they ain't even want to change the score for us. There you go, Cade. Oh, come on. Fox is trying to do his thing. He getting about too easy. I don't know where Asua Thompson is. Every time we play them, he is out. Green should have pulled. Cade for 3. Rick, too quick of a shot. No, they don't. They don't get it. Oh, yeah. Wemby flop. Thought he was getting a call. No, sorry. Oh, yeah. There it is. Green. Y'all was late getting in the ball. But, man, way to go, Careless Levert. 31-40. Let's go. We're going to cut this thing down. Oh, my God. Alley-oop for Wemby. Why did he try to challenge Wemby? That is dumb. Rebound put back in a foul by Wemby. Yeah, Stu Rusty. Now, he said Twitch, but I don't think I have Twitch. Well, let's look at the particulars, right? Here's the particular that people miss. Spotify. Spotify, for what people don't know or understand, is that Spotify, they possess and own. You want to talk about a library? They own it. They own a library of material. And you know what? They're successful. Why? Because they don't charge. You can download Spotify for free. As long as you download the app, you can listen to the show. So they've had the same model forever. Because they care about you downloading the app. That's where their money is. Netflix, they are not in that business. They're in the movie and entertainment business. They're paid by movie companies. They buy movies and they need your paid subscriptions to survive. This is not a model for them. Bear said, I got Spotify Premium. Right. But a lot of people don't have to buy premium. Some people, like I got YouTube Premium, so I don't see commercials. But I didn't buy it for that purpose. I got premium because they had exclusive content back then. Back then they had Cobra Kai, and I wanted to watch Cobra Kai. But then I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anything going on, so I don't really need it. Life makes the best fool out of people, you know? I like how they got this promotion. Kevin Durant versus Draymond Green, the Warriors Rockets. I'm like, gosh, this is awful promotion. Draymond and KD. It's funny. Right. So I don't see the majority of the ads that people are talking about because I got free ad. I mean, I pay premium. So when people tell me they see stuff, that's why I'll be like, oh, wow, I didn't see it. But that's why I've said Spotify's model is different. Well, when you look at the Miller person, then you'll start to understand it a lot better. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But now you know why this deal is bad. You know who's at fault and you know what's wrong. I feel sad for people like Joe and Jada. They didn't sign up for this. Now they can't really go on YouTube. That's why you ain't seen too much Joe and Jada. Rory and Maul, they're not even big like that. The only thing getting big is Maul. His ass getting fatter and fatter. Rory gonna be like, look, I'm gonna have to get rid of your ass. You getting too fat. Did you see that dude? He was too fat. He couldn't even sit in the barber chair at the barber shop over there on Mav Hoffenham show, man. He was so damn fat he couldn't even get squeezed in there. It's all one big circus. He's like, I got 15 playlists now. He said, I knew Wallow and Gilly are laughing like crazy. I mean, hell. The only thing is crazy is that deal. That deal don't make sense on no levels. Because to accept a deal like that, to do a deal like that, it's crazy. He's telling you what all Netflix got. They basically filming Netflix commercials in the middle of their YouTube grind. It's insanity. Anybody promoting Netflix? Get out of here. YouTube is at war with them. But they know all these people shall be back. Yeah, pretty much. All right, but let me focus on the game. All right, I'm going to get up out of here. 1.